And SARS. You participated in protests before getting into office. Respect rights of Nigeria, Falana tells Buhari. Welcome to the news, and please listen to the end. Human rights lawyer Femi Falana, senior advocate of Nigeria, has urged President Muhammadu Buhari to call on the police not to disrupt the upcoming SARS protests. The interim chair, Alliance on Surviving COVID-19 and Beyond ASCAP, asked the president to abide by his oath of office. Falana made this known on Thursday in a statement entitled Nigeria Police Force Lacks Power to Ban Public Protest in Nigeria. The human rights lawyer explained that the law guarantees Nigerians the right to hold public meetings, rallies, and processions in the country, noting that Buhari, who took part in protests while he was running for office, should call on the police to respect the rights of citizens. Falana made this known on Thursday in a statement titled Nigeria Police Lacks Power to Ban Public Protest in Nigeria. He stressed that the police and other security agencies should be reminded of the indisputable fact that neither the former British colonial police force nor the defunct neocolonial military junta succeeded in banning public protest in Nigeria. The statement reads in part, in view of the threat of the authorities in the Nigerian police force to ban the Nigerian government from exercising their fundamental right to assemble and hold peaceful rallies to mark the first year anniversary of the SARS protest, it has become pertinent to draw attention to the current state of law on public meetings, rallies, and processions in the country. The threats against peaceful rallies oozing out of the police headquarters and state commands are illegal, and they constitute a gross infringement of the fundamental rights of the Nigerian people to freedom of expression and freedom of assembly, guaranteed by Section 38 and 40 of the Nigerian Constitution, as well as Article 9 and 10 of the African Charter on Human and People's Rights Act. In the case of All Nigerians People Party versus Inspector General of Police 2006, the Honorable Justice Anwuri Chinyere declared the police permit as a precondition for holding rallies in Nigeria was illegal and unconstitutional. Consequently, her leadership granted an order of perpetual injunction restraining the Inspector General of Police and other police officers from preventing Nigerian citizens from convening and participating in rallies. The appeal of the police against the judgment was dismissed by the Court of Appeal in December 2007. In the unanimous decision of the court, their lordship described police permits as a relic of colonialism, which is anomalous in a democratic society. Based on the epochal judgment of the Court of the Appeal, the National Assembly amended the Electoral Act 2010 in March 2015 to impose a duty on the police to provide security for participants in public meetings and rallies. For the avoidance of doubt, Section 94(4) of the Electoral Act 2010 as amended provides. Notwithstanding any provision in the Police Act, the Police Order, the Public Order Act and any regulation made thereunder any other law to the contrary, the role of a Nigerian police force in political rallies, procession and meetings shall be limited to the provision of adequate security as provided in subsection 1 of this section. Furthermore, Section 83(4) of the Police Establishment Act 2020 provides as follows. Where a person or organization notifies the police of his or its intention to hold a public meeting, rally or procession on a public highway or such meetings in a place where the public has access to, the police officer responsible for the area where the meeting, rally, or procession will take place shall mobilize personnel to provide security cover for the meeting, rally, or the procession. In view of the fact that the police authority have been notified of the public rally scheduled to hold on October 20, 2020 to mark the first year anniversary of the SARS protest, the Nigerian police force is required to make arrangements for the provision of adequate security for the participants at the venue of the rallies. Falana called on the Inspector General of Police, Usman Baba, to ensure that adequate security is provided for all citizens who may wish to protest against the policies of the government which are considered inimical to their interests. He said, I am compelled to call on the Inspector General of Police, Usman Baba, to direct the Commissioners of Police in all the states of the Federation to ensure that adequate security is provided for all citizens who may wish to protest against the policies of the government which are considered inimical to their interests. Since police permits has been outlawed and banned in Nigeria by the Federal High Court and affirmed by the Court of Appeal, the Nigerian police force cannot be permitted to ban rallies without a repeal of the law on public meetings, rallies and protections in the country. In other words, the ban on public protests announced by the police authorities cannot obliterate the constitutional guarantees right of Nigerians to assemble peacefully and express themselves. After all, it was a public knowledge that General Muhammad Buhari, as he then was, and other leaders of the ruling All Progressive Congress who took part in public rallies against fuel hike in January 2012 and protest against insecurity in November 2014. To that extent, the Buhari administration ought to restrain the police from banning peaceful rallies against police brutality on October 20, 2020 in any manner whatsoever and however. Finally, the police and other security agencies should be reminded of the indisputable fact that neither the former British colonial police force nor the defunct neo-colonial military junta succeeded in banning public interest in Nigeria. Very correct, sir. He did it against Jonathan.